right, guys, we're out at Siargao Wakepark today. This thing's been around for a little while. It's run from Tom. He's here from Belgium. Started this place, I think he said about 10 years ago. It used to have a lot more features to it. It's running the Sissy Tech 2.0 cable. Unfortunately, when Super Typhoon Odette came through this year, it took out a lot of the features, but oh man, this is still a really fun cable. It's got a really nice kicker box here, both sides. So much fun. Water's nice and warm. Everybody here is absolutely fantastic. Hit that thing a couple of times, bailed about 5 times, and finally got to stick one. So we're gonna keep riding out here. My buddy Jonas is out here riding at the minute. He's finishing up his set. I'm about to head in. Let's do it.
Don't let us down, Cruz.
No promises, bro.
What's the general consensus?
Buddy, so Jonas, come here. So we met Jonas last night.
Hi.
Surf photographer, awesome surf photographer. He wanted to come out, so we came out, and I had the whole session for myself for an hour. So I was gonna get lucky, because normally it's 4 people per session. And I'm thinking, oh man, I'm not gonna get my full hour. So he goes first, and within the first 15 minutes of me going, I was completely wiped. How are you feeling?
My arms are super short, but I wasn't doing anything crazy like you.
Yeah, but you progressed really fast.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, like you went from the beginner board to the regular wake park board real quick.
It's really similar to snowboarding, to be honest. Yeah. Even more so than surfing, I gotta be honest. Like it feels like when you're in like a deep powder day, you know, you gotta lean back. It's super fun.
Definitely. Yeah. Awesome, man. It was a lot of fun, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure.
Hey, bud.
Hey, man.
I definitely missed a little bit of A-roll our last couple of times at the wake park, and we didn't happen to make it our last 2 days in General Luna like we had planned.
Yeah.
I'd love to hear about hitting the wake park with Mark and your rally and all that.
Oh man, yeah, you kind of knew that was a big thing for me going to that. That was a big reason I wanted to go to General Luna in the first place. Just to backtrack a little, been wakeboarding, snowboarding, things where you stand sideways, essentially surfing pretty much my whole life. And I really got an intro to a cable park for the first time when I moved to Budapest, Hungary a while back in Lake Dunaharaszti. And it was a multi-point cable park, and from there I really fell in love with it. So much so that I came back home and actually drew up a business plan before they were popular to kind of have a bunch of them in the States. So I truly was in love with the idea and the premise of wake park. People get out, try it, do it, and wakeboard without actually having a boat, which is huge. I've been kind of all over. Done them in Georgia and Florida, back home, as much as I can, and it was pretty fortuitous that they have 2 here that I know of: Camsur Wake Park up north, and then Siargao Wake Park on Siargao Island. So I was really eager to get out to Siargao, number 1 for the wake park, number 2 for the surfing, number 3, such a beautiful island. And it did turn out to be all those things. So when we went out to the wake park, I really wanted to do this one because it was a Sissy Tech 2.0 system, meaning that it's a there and back system. It's 2 points. You go to the end, round about, you come straight back, round about. The other cables that I've done historically are multi-point systems and multi-rider systems, where they may have 4 or 5 different points that take you around in a circle. And the biggest difference is when you're trying to learn new tricks and things, is the multi-point system. When you drop, when you fall, you could be halfway across the park, and then you have to actually get out and walk back, get back in line. It's a big kind of a process, and it takes infinitely more time to try to learn a new trick, like loading the rope for a railie, which just you really have to feel it, and you have to try it at different points in the cable. Well, the Sissy Tech 2.0 system, the beautiful part about it is that it's your cable when you ride it. You get in the water, you can try a trick, And if you fall, the cable stops, and it stops right where it is. You swim over, you pick up the handle, you get back up, and you try again. And you could just try over and over and over and over again in a very short amount of time, and you never actually have to take your wakeboard off. So getting over there and really enhancing my skills and getting to the next level, and particularly doing the Rayleigh and loading the rope, which is something I had always wanted to do. I just figured this would be a great place to do it. I went out there with Jonas, who's a surf photographer from Boston, and he had never done it, loved to surf, was a really good surfer, so he went out there with us for the first day. He actually learned how to do it on one of their beginner boards, absolutely loved it. And then when Mark came into town, my buddy that I went surfing with in Costa Rica last year, when he came in from Switzerland to join us for a couple weeks, he wanted to try it as well. He was actually able to go on the starter board a couple times there and back, and then he actually progressed very, very quickly to the regular Wakepark board. And it was just really fun to see them progress. And in the interim, I was able to practice hitting the kicker and doing the Rayleigh and loading the ropes. And the owner of the Wakepark, Tom, was kind enough to actually kind of walk me through it and show me exactly how to do it. And then he did a couple runs and gave me some examples of what to do, what not to do. And that just helped tremendously. So just having a visual on it, being able to practice it over and over. And I was actually finally able to stick the Rayleigh, which was something I'd wanted to do for a long time. So multiple times, it wasn't just a fluke. So yeah, I mean, just a great experience all the way around. And Tom was even kind enough, we had an opportunity to sit down and speak with him about some of the challenges that they had faced during the typhoon, growing, building the wake park, and rebuilding the wake park after the typhoon. So all of that was just really amazing to get a complete overview of not only the park, but the island and the people in it. And then he even let me try things that I had never tried before, like hydrofoiling. He's a big hydrofoil surfer, so he taught me how to do that as well. So, you know, the whole park to me, I guess we went 5, 6, 7 times total. I was really bummed we didn't get to do it the last 2 days. That said, that was a really impactful experience to me, and I definitely look forward to going back one day.
So we're gonna need you to be better